Hello everybody, and welcome to the Friday Wrap for May 2nd, 2014. This is going up way later than I wanted to, and I apologize for that, but I have an excuse whether you believe it to be a good one or not. First and foremost, it's going up late because I was out late last night. It was D&D night, which I will get to in a little bit, as a lot of you expressed interest in that. But it's also May 2nd, so it's my birthday. I allowed myself to sleep in way too late, and because of that, every single video is late today. The exception being RimWorld, because I had that recorded prior to going to D&D, which is the only reason that thing is up. Or I think I actually recorded it when I got home last night. Obviously, my hair's wet. I just took a shower. It's really late, which is why I have to have this light on. Well, really late. It's late. It's late to be doing this. It's late to be getting ready for the day, and my hair is still ungodly long, so I need to get this thing cut soon. But as promised, the Friday Wrap, a lot of you guys seem to enjoy it, so why not do it? It's fun. I enjoy talking sometimes. So yeah, first and foremost, last night was D&D session for me. For those of you who are interested, I'll give you a quick rundown on what's going on. It's only been about 4 or 5 sessions. We do it once a week. And we're playing the Pathfinder rule set. And we're playing in the Eberron campaign setting from 3.5. There is a conversion set out there to convert a lot of Eberron's unique rules over to Pathfinder, and whatever doesn't end up getting converted, our DM does an excellent job at least attempting to adapt it so it works within the rules. The classes that are playing are pretty cool. We have a Paladin of the Silver Flame. She is a melee powerhouse. We have he's like a Psi Warrior. I don't exactly know what he does. He's definitely psionic, so that's cool. We have ourselves a Master Illusionist. He's not exactly a sorcerer. He's something. He acts as though he's a sorcerer, but knowing my friend and knowing the way he likes to play, I don't believe he's a sorcerer. I have a hard time believing he's human, never mind a sorcerer. And then myself, who is playing a human Wild Mage. Wild Mage is something that's been in D&D for a while, but the rule sets are old, so my DM had to come up with a special rule set for it, and we are working it into it, and it's fun. Wild Mage is a lot of fun. There's a lot of unpredictability that goes in, and since Eberron does have kind of this wild magic zone in the Mournlands, he can kind of work in how wild magic works with that. It's not overpowered. That's the thing. The DM we have, which is why I like him, he doesn't like overpowered stuff. It's fun. It's funny because D&D, I'm so picky about who I have as my DMs because I had a very bad DM early on in my career who kind of taught me to play wrong. And it seems like from what I've seen, it's a lot of the way people play D&D. It's very hack and slash, silly, goofy story with like a lot of hijinks going on, which comedy's fine. I'm totally cool with comedy stuff happening in the game. But then I had the DM I have now, and he kind of spoiled me because he's very good, he knows the rules, and he likes to tell a good story. And the story is going to be paramount over everything else. And our choices and what we do obviously influence the story and how it's going to end and all this other stuff. But he's very, very, very adamant about maintaining a very dramatic and fun story for us to go through that, yeah, sure, is going to have silly moments because it's hard not to when you have 4 or 5 friends hanging out playing D&D. But for the most part, he remains serious and fun to play. And because of that, you know, and this is kind of a flaw of mine, I have a hard time enjoying other DMs. I've tried, and not all of them are bad. In fact, a lot of them are very good, especially compared to a lot of other D&D players out there. But I cannot enjoy them because I know what I like, and I like to stick with it. The story so far is pretty basic. I came in at the end, at the end of the second session, because the first session I was at PAX, and the second session was when I came in, but I came in towards the end. Essentially what happened was I owned a bar. I worked this very little job, and the kind of character I'm playing is that I'm afraid of myself. I had an incident early in my character's past where magic went off. He basically, the way I'm playing him is that he only uses magic when he can't control his emotions anymore. So like when he gets really afraid or really angry, spells kind of fire off whether he wants them to or not, and then wild magic happens when that happens. So he lived this very quiet life, owning a very small bar in Sharn, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, cities in Eberron. And it ended up getting the 3 adventurers, my friends, ended up coming to my bar and, you know, talking and stuff about what's going to happen, what they're going to do next, and they got attacked. Basically, they're trying to find this one Warforged who was like causing problems, but the Warforged found them in my bar. And there's this huge fight that burst out, and long story short, my bar was utterly destroyed because of it. I ended up going with them because I needed answers and I wanted kind of like revenge on what happened. And I've been with them ever since because the character who's playing the illusionist has connections to ArcheAge, which is the magic school. And over time, in the months that we've been traveling together, they've kind of come to understand what my problems are as a wild mage and how I can't control my magic, and that we're hopefully going to get answers, and I'm going to get answers as to what's going on with my character as far as wild magic is concerned at ArcheAge. And that's kind of where we are. There's kind of this political intrigue thing going on right now, but my character knows very little about it. I even know very little about it because I wasn't there for when the plot thread was dropped, and he's not really interested yet. He will, I'm sure, once that all wraps in nicely. So that's where D&D is right now. I really, really enjoy it. It's kind of a fun thing. Sorry, hot tea. I'm waiting for it to cool for a while now. Delicious. I love tea. But that's my Thursday nights. I will give you a plot update every Friday if that's something you guys want. I think it could be a lot of fun. Other things that are going on. I've been playing ArcheAge. I've been thinking of, and when I'm not playing ArcheAge, I've been thinking about ArcheAge. I'm going to do a first impressions video. I wanted to get it up today. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to happen because of my current schedule. And I don't even know, my phone's ringing. I don't know if that's going to happen because of my current being behind in recording, but definitely tomorrow if it's not out today. And I'm really having fun with it. It is giving me... It reminds me of MMOs that I used to play before WoW. My very first MMO was Star Wars Galaxies, and Star Wars Galaxies, still to this day, is one of the favorite MMOs I've ever played. And the reason I like it so much is because it was a sandbox. It was we call it a theme box, or a sand park MMO. It had theme park elements, but very little. Like, the dungeons weren't really the big focus. The focus was Empire versus Rebellion, PvP, with all kinds of stuff going on. A player-driven economy, player-built cities. It was just one of my favorite MMOs of all time. And ArcheAge takes a lot of elements from sandbox games and puts them into the game. Very heavily run player game. It's very much a PvP-driven type of game. The economy seems to be driven by the players as far as I can tell. There's systems in place to allow players to just completely just fight each other for dominance over areas, dominance over trade routes. There's a lot involved that I'm really enjoying, and I'm looking forward to talking to it a little bit more in depth. For those people who enjoy more of a WoW type of MMO, you're not going to enjoy ArcheAge. If you don't like sandbox MMOs, stay away from ArcheAge. ArcheAge is not going to be your type of game. But if you're somebody who's looking for more of a focus on sandbox elements, keep an eye out for my video, and hopefully I'll be able to explain why. It's really, really good. What else have I been doing this week? I played the Spider-Man game, which, as you can tell from my video, I didn't really like it that much. It was very mediocre, very even slightly below mediocre in my opinion, and it seems that a lot of people are saying very similar things to what I'm saying. Some people like things I don't like. It's called personal opinion for a reason, but I wasn't really a big fan. I'm still contemplating about Last Federation, whether I'm going to continue it or not. RimWorld is going to see at least one more surge of activity with the Randy Random playthrough, which is already proving itself incredibly difficult. Zomboids, we are safe for now. I'm enjoying Zomboid where we are right now. We're not in any threat of dying in that game, which is nice. And there's a lot of other Judge Mathis games that I need to get done, which I have not done yet. And I am hoping to bang out a lot of them tonight and tomorrow, as well as a lot of my normal stuff. And Don't Starve. Don't Starve is really fun. I am still contemplating new series. I'm still contemplating what I want to put up there. I always want to make sure there's something new and fresh coming out. I do think you're going to see a little bit of extra coverage to ArcheAge compared to what I normally do. You'll get a first impressions video, but I think I'm going to do some like race overview, class overview stuff that I think a lot of people are looking for, at least that are interested in that game. It's not going to take the place of anything in my schedule, obviously. It's just going to be some extra stuff. Oh, and today we ended up recording Paradox multiplayer stuff. Europa Universalis 4 is where we're going to. It's probably the best EU4 game I've played so far in the first few episodes. So if you're into that, if you're part of that little crowd that enjoys, Northern Lion or myself and Aruma playing some Paradox stuff, check it out. It's going to be out tomorrow, and it is a lot of fun. Not much else is going on in my life. I mean, I'm enjoying a pretty relaxing birthday. I'm hoping that I will be able to get some work done. And then over the weekend, I'm hoping to go out to dinner, kind of celebrate, and then maybe see some family and celebrate with them. And then the thing I like to do for my birthday every year is, I'm not a partier. I never was. But my big favorite thing to do is take a couple of my friends out, we go see a movie, we go hang out, we just, chill. And I'm looking to do that again this year. Hopefully we'll go see something I haven't seen yet. I still haven't seen the new Captain America movie. If it's out, hopefully I'll be able to see it. And then I don't know if there's anything else really out movie-wise that I want to see. But that's it. Not a very exciting week. Very, very basic week. There's really not much else. Thankfully, my sister's wedding's coming up on May 18th. So once that's done, I can stop thinking about it. And I am still figuring out a date for the player community play date. I'm almost positive I'll have a date next Friday for you guys. So if you're looking for that, look for it next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the Friday wrap, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.